We are on the Canopus stand. We've had a few questions about this, so we come over to have a look. What we've got this year are lots of new snares. Now, some are already in production, some are prototype, some are special things. You'll see what we mean. Right, so let's start on the left. Black nickel brass, 14 by 6.5. Sound familiar? It's your classic black nickel brass snare drum, 1.2mm thick brass shell. Gives you that classic sound. You know what I'm talking about. Only 8 lug, so nice open ringy sound. Then, if we move to the next one, Slingerland did this originally. 12 lugs on the top, 6 lugs on the bottom. Gives different tuning options, gives quite an open snare sound. With lots of detail in the top head because you've got those 12 lugs. So, interesting thought, something which has been brought back from sort of the 1970s when Slingerland last did it. Then we have 3 different prototypes. Canopus want to see how these go at the show before they decide whether these are going to go into production. So we have a solid brass shell, 3mm die-cast hoop, very heavy, 14 by 6. Then we have the same thing, but with a 5mm thick shell, even heavier, ridiculously heavy. This one, it's a real 2-hand job. I can't even pick it up with one hand. 14 6.5, and then we have the 5-inch version, which to me looks a little bit familiar with the dark hoops and the dark throw-off and the dark tube lugs. So this is just a 3mm shell, 14 by 5.5. Now, Harvey Mason has joined the Canopus roster very, very recently, so we're looking at 2 of his signature snares. These are prototypes, very, very different, as you can see. So, first of all, we have a 10 by 6. This is a stave shell, oil finish, natural finish. Your typical, very small snare shell. But then we come on to something a little bit special. This has been tuned by Harvey. He's been over here and this is how he left it. This is a 14 by 10, 7-ply ash and poplar. Oil finish, natural grain ash on the outside. And this is just a beast. That is your archetypal fat back, big fat 70s snare sound. And then last new snare from Canopus, we have the Neo Vintage Phenol Fiber Resin 4.5mm shell, 4.5mm thick, 14 by 5.5. Classic sort of 80s drum sound, very bright, very cutting, but it's still got a lot of mid-range warmth. Very, very nice. Now, while we're on the Canopus stand, we spied something a little bit special that we can't really mention, and we're not allowed to draw any attention to it. So Dave will just have to pan over there. What we're looking at here is the new Canopus Hoover. This is a 12-lug, solid brass. It's got 42 strand snares, and it also cleans your carpets as well. Absolutely amazing. This is the first glimpse anyone has had of it. We were really special. No one's actually mentioned it to us, so we just thought we'd bring it to you as an exclusive.